Good morning, everybody. Today is January 12th, 2021, the beginning of what seems to be a very hard year already. We're doing kind of a test show this morning. You might have seen my previous test show on the YouTube Live platform. I tried out YouTube Live and it said, you can only look at my face. And I said, how good is this software? You can only look at my face. And I said, what about screen share? And they're like, oh, we don't have that feature. I was like, but what about people that don't want to always look at my face? So we moved over to Open Broadcaster. This is a new version of OBS. It seems a lot better than the previous ones, which seemed very buggy and unsafe. I can only assume the audio is working. If you could give us a thumbs up or maybe say hey in the chat, just like to see if the audio and the video is working. Nothing about the content, which is coming now. Here we go. We got some content for you. I found out on Twitter today is Portfolio Day. That sounds cool. I've got a portfolio, so I made a couple of tweets. This is my first tweet. It says, "Good morning, Bitcoin. My name is Thomas Hunt. I've been making Bitcoin videos since 2013. Thank you for your support. Portfolio Day." And it's got a link to Mad Bitcoins and a link to World Crypto Network, so you guys can check that out. Some of my other channels. Shout out to Jim K in the chat. He says the sound and the video are working, so cool. Also, shout out here to Safe Dean Aurelios. Cool. He says, I remember the days of watching Mad Bitcoin with around 80 views. That hat. And he's laughing and he's crying. Also, shout out to Stony Dad. He says, my favorite crypto Twitter dude. Keep it coming. So it's nice to share some information about the portfolio and get some positive feedback for a change. I also put out some links to some of my other projects you guys might not know, but I'm a infamous, I wouldn't say famous, but I would say infamous video editor. I make, as the tweet says, I also make video remixes and other edits. You can check them out at Thomas Hunt Films, all one word, on YouTube. And one time, Popular Mechanics, the magazine, not just some Popular Mechanics, it called me a genius. So I thought that was pretty great. They even did it right in the headline, right on top. So I thought that was fun. Here's one of my videos. It's called Empire Strikes Back, the ships only version. Basically, I cut out all the talking, all the actors, all the scenes which aren't about cool special effects and things that fly and things that I consider ships. And I made a whole series of those. Star Trek Generation, ships only. Mainly the Star Trek and Star Wars ones. Kind of my bread and butter. A lot of this started out, I used to watch the films this way myself. I would put on my VHS copies of Star Wars or Star Trek, and I would do my laundry, and I would do my homework and my other things. And usually I found myself looking up during the ship scenes and not looking up during the talking scenes, which I know what they're going to say. As Popular Mechanics says right in the headline in 2015, they said, this genius slices Star Trek movies down to just the ships. Goodbye long-winded exposition. Hello space battles. And I'll just read the first paragraph because it's fun. But the whole article is pretty fun. The guy kind of goes through and reviews each one of the Star Trek ships only films, describing different things that he likes about them, different ways that looking at just the ships brought out a whole different movie. As he says here, Thomas Hunt has a hobby we can get behind. He takes the Star Trek movies and removes the characters, showing only the ship scenes. It seems oddly specific, but give him credit. Even if The Search for Spock was an okay Star Trek film, the Enterprise blowing up was pretty sweet, and the reveal of the Enterprise A at the end of the voyage home is an excellent moment. So, nice to get some feedback from Popular Mechanics. I'm working on a new project right now. I can't really show it. It's also always difficult for me to show any of my films on a platform like YouTube because of the confusion over copyright and fair use. I make significant, substantial changes to these movies, sometimes even changing the narrative and the characters and things. And I think it's super interesting. YouTube, though, sometimes just sees it as copyright infringement and shoots me down. So I'm working on a new project right now. on the Batman television show from the 1960s. Beautiful show, bright colors, and I found out recently that it was released in Blu-ray. So 1080p, high quality video version, crystal clear. I don't know for sure, but I would guess 1960. This TV show was shot on film. So as you guys know, film has a larger negative. Screwing up my words all over the place, but film has a larger negative than, say, video. So if you have a show from the 80s like Family Ties and it's on video, it's always going to look kind of crappy. But if you have a show from, shockingly, 20 years previous in the 60s, it was probably, and again, I don't know, there's other things, but it was probably shot on film and looks incredible. And that's what Batman, the 1963 show looks like. I'm doing edits, mainly no spoilers. Maybe you guys will watch my edits. Maybe I'll find a way to release them. It's been difficult to release some of my films, right, because of the copyright issue. But yeah, mainly I'm interested in the narrator's voice. I love that guy's voice. I love what he says. I like the campiness. I like it when he says, "Same bat time, same bat channel." All that kind of stuff. I just love this old campy Batman. I'm having a great time doing my video edits. Obviously, this isn't on the World Crypto Network. This isn't on Mad Bitcoins. I love Bitcoin. I'm not necessarily talking about it today. Maybe I'll do the 8-ball, magic 8-ball. No drugs. But it's interesting to talk about some of my other projects, and maybe you guys in the chat can tell me what you're up to today. You might also want to do that. Where you're from. Let's see. Hi from Thomas, Sacramento. I'm back in Sacramento, California. And what are you guys working on today? And if the answer is work, that's cool. I totally think everyone should have a job, and it's good to have a job. And if someone offered me a job, I'd probably take the job. It's good to have jobs. So maybe you're just working on work and looking for some fun podcasts. This one won't be very long, but hopefully it'll entertain you a little bit at work. Maybe you're working on your own projects. I find that working on my own projects is something that takes a lot of motivation. For example, this Batman project, I want to see it happen. So because I want to see it, I can commit the time and make it happen. Just like the Star Wars movies. I was like, I wonder what those look like without all the people talking. I was also curious of the length. I was wondering how long these movies would be just special effects. So if you're working on your own project, you got to make it happen. So tell me about your own project, what you're working on in the chat, and maybe we'll chat about that. Another thing I'm working on today is writing this. Sorry, cough there. Cough button worked, hopefully. But this is the most inexpensive exercise bike on Amazon. It's a recumbent bike, and it's easier to ride if you have back issues or knee issues, if you're getting older like myself. And as you can see, it's only $180. So this is a really cheap recumbent bike. It says I bought 2 of them. After I got the one for myself, I liked it so much, I bought one for my parents. So this is a really good idea. I know it's kind of late into the whole COVID quarantine thing to be buying home exercise equipment, but it just seems like this is the way of the future, working out at home. No matter who you are, it's good to get a little bit of electricity or exercise. I'm all over the words today. But it's good to get some exercise. I would suggest for an inexpensive bicycle at home that you can sit down on. And this is a good one, especially if you're kind of overweight, you haven't been working out in a while. This sitting down style of bike is a good way to go. BTC Moon Guy in the chat says he just bought a Peloton. Nice. He's loving it. What I'd say about Peloton, this is obviously a dumb bike. It doesn't have any kind of intelligence, really. It has a cool little screen. It tells you like your speed and your time and some information like that. So it's cool. It's got a little computer. But the main brains I use for it is, like he's saying, Peloton. This whole industry is built up of home coaching, home training, like doing a spin class at home. And of course, I'm an Apple guy, so I'm trying out Apple Fitness. So I put my phone right next to this bike, and the girl on the phone says, ride the bike faster, and I try to ride the bike faster. So it's a good deal. Bonus trick, I don't have the link to the item here, but I bought a iPhone holder for a normal bicycle, and I attached it to this inexpensive exercise bike. A lot of the more expensive exercise bikes have like a little tray you can put your phone or your tablet on. This one, you can see it just has this kind of computer, has a battery inside. This is the most inexpensive exercise bike, sit-down style on Amazon. What I did is I attached the phone holder from the bicycle to these little handlebars here. On a recumbent bike, you don't really use the handlebars, so they're pointless, but I figured out this is a great use for it. Now I've got my phone, my little Apple Fitness girl, and I attach it to the bike. You could do the same with Peloton. They have a similar workout thing you can purchase online. It's a subscription if you don't like Apple or you have an Android phone. Again, this is, fitness. It's not the most exciting thing or whatever, but like they're saying in the chat, this is 0.005143 for the bike. So what I used to think of as $5 when we were at 1,000 for an exercise bike that can help you get healthy. BTC Moon Guy says use a heart rate monitor. That will help you work harder. One of the neat things, I imagine Peloton has this too, but one of the neat things about Apple Fitness is it links up to the watch, and then it puts your information on the screen. So it has my heart meter. It has a little front of the pack thing, like a pack thing, so you know if you're faster or slower than the other people taking the class, and it puts your little exercise rings on the thing. So that little motivation helps. Having a schedule, trying to do it every day, and also starting small. If you can do 10 minutes on this bicycle, do it. The other thing I'd say is put it in your living room. We are far beyond having a fancy living room, having people over to sit down, having dinner parties. I haven't met anybody in a year. So put it in your living room, put it where you can see the TV, make it the most comfortable chair in your house. If you have to move your recliner, your easy chair over and put the bike right where the recliner used to be, make this the best seat in the house, and then just sit on it every once in a while and go for a few minutes. Just give it a try. But I'm way over into the fitness thing. I just want to suggest that. All right, back to negativity. I don't like my Amazon Kindle Oasis. I've been in a disagreement with them about them needing to replace it. You can see here many Kindles, these are older Kindles, have this faded ink problem. My Kindle Oasis is starting to have this problem in the corners, and the battery's starting to go bad. And it's old, I know, things don't last forever, but I really think Amazon should stand behind their product more than they've been standing behind. So I do not recommend the Kindle Oasis. I recommend the more inexpensive Kindles because Amazon's a big ripoff. So also like to say, hey, if you got some extra Satoshis, we're doing a fundraiser to try to get me a new laptop so I can get a good keyboard to type on because the Macintosh people made a bad keyboard. We are 2.57% of the way there. We've raised $36 towards our goal of around $1,400, though it's probably going to be more like $1,900 because I need more disk space to hold all those videos that I shoot when I travel and I shoot Bitcoin videos, which I haven't done in a while. Another thing I might do today is play some Minecraft. I've been still enjoying Minecraft. I think it's been a decade now. I'm not good at it. I don't know how to beat it. I don't know all the buttons or all the types of things, but I have a kick. I have some fun playing that old Minecraft. So maybe you will. Also, I want to recommend Screen Rant on YouTube. Just Google pitch meeting. This guy does these little pitch meetings. He talks back and forth with himself, which I kind of think is kind of neat. I did that same thing on Mad Bitcoins before. It's a fun way. And these are just hilarious takes on movies. He always says the same kind of thing. He's like, that's super easy, barely an inconvenience. He says that about once an episode. The producer guy says tight all the time. It's just a great distraction if you're stuck at home with the quarantine or maybe even just in the background at work. Check out Pitch Meeting on YouTube. Also on YouTube, this is, again, an older show. So's Pitch Meeting. I'm not telling you anything new here, but check out Hot Ones. These guys, they eat hot sauce. It gets hotter and hotter. They do about 10 wings with the hot sauce. They get celebrities, like here's Matthew McConaughey eating some wings, and they all break down about the seventh wing, about Da Bomb. And some of them, they just melt. So it's a really great take on the interview show genre. It kind of breaks through. Sometimes the real person even comes out, And another great thing about being stuck at home is normally I'd say, oh, there's 8 seasons. There's 100 episodes of this. I'm never going to watch that. Well, now I'm staying home forever, and I'm watching a lot of Hot Ones. I'm watching a lot of pitch meetings, and just playing some Minecraft, watching some TV, all that kind of stuff. So if you're bored, check out Hot Ones, check out pitch meetings. Thanks so much for joining us. This is just kind of a test meeting. I wanted to see how this works. And it's interesting, my little screen thing was broken, and I left it plugged in for about a minute or two there, and it came back. So I can do this. Oh, that's cool. So shout out to OBS. New version looks great. Shout out to Stream Deck. I thought my thing was broken again, and I don't know, somehow it works now. So very cool. That's my little button pusher. But yeah, I'm going to continue to improve my OBS screens here, Open Broadcaster, and look at my other options. But thanks for joining us on my new personal channel. I'd started out, I was going to do the political shows here, but I got a little worn out predicting a coup, seeing a coup, and seeing people destroy America. It wears me out. So I'm going to just do more random shows on this channel. This is it's a variety channel. So if you want to subscribe to the Thomas Hunt Show, maybe later the Thomas Hunt channel or whatever. But yeah, we're trying to get started again here. It's hard to get into the rhythm of things. Not moving a lot, but I've been moving. But I've been moving and traveling every once in a while. It's just, you just keep sorting all your stuff, and you're like, why do I have all this stuff? And it never stops. But maybe someday I'll be back home and all my stuff will be on shelves again, and I won't worry about it. But we're working our way there. We've got to get that damn vaccine, and everybody else has got to get the vaccine, and we got to wipe out this virus, and then maybe things can go back to normal, and we can travel and live normally and do all the things we used to do. So thanks to Jim K and BTC Moon Guy for joining us in the chat. Be sure to subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. There we go. Use the cough button for burping. And since there are some Bitcoiners here, I will do the Bitcoin Magic 8 Ball. And I'm probably going to do this on more shows. This is a very popular ball. Will the price of Bitcoin be higher or lower tomorrow? Very close 24-hour window. Also, I want to get a camera and somehow hang it above me so you could see the ball. It's difficult. All right, I can barely read it. Okay, we're going to do this. Without a doubt, the ball hath spoken. Thanks so much for joining us. We might be back tomorrow. I don't know. This is a good idea. Until next time, bye-bye.